How do you define success in the first 30, 60, and 90 days? You might have a different goal for whatever you envision the provider is going to provide, and they might have a totally different goal for it. And why am I saying is, again, from previous experience, what I noticed is whenever we took over account and also whenever we outsourced part of the business like sales, marketing, and so on, and we expected providers to take over that part of the account, and then we were asking, okay, what do you see success looks like? It's like, we're going to try and we're going to see, and if it's working, we're going to double down. And don't get me wrong, that is also my go-to answer, especially if I'm not super familiar with what is going on with the brand and if I don't want to give them 5 hours of free high-level consulting for nothing. That might be a go-to question when it comes down to service providers. But when it comes down to how to define success, decide for yourself. When you go and get together and see if this is a good fit for me within the first 30 days, which are the things that I am going to see? And usually those things that you might be seeing are specifically related to whatever the provider is really good in. Either it's super quick communication, either they're going to clean up the account as quick as possible if already the account had been managed by either by you, either by someone else. Either they're going to make sure that if you told them that, hey, I am seeing a super high increase in my costs right now, I'm not profitable, can you make me profitable? And then you're going to track that. But that should be the only and most important goal to track. And why am I sharing this with you? I actually had an interesting learning lesson experience. We managed a brand, and usually while I would say that, this is a problem of smaller brands than larger brands, they were still doing around 6 figures per month. So they weren't a small brand necessarily, but they were like, hey, I made this amount right now. My Amazon ads are just double, triple. Can you help me reduce the ads? And what we did on our end, while we do have this specific playbook and checklist of making sure that we're deploying all the assets within knowledge base and creating new campaigns and so on, for this brand particularly, we decided to not even start new campaigns, but they said, hey, I'm bleeding money, I want to make more. And then what we did, we literally saved them $7,000 per month. And that was a huge goal for us. The goal shifted like, all right, you're saving this money, but you actually did not create the new campaigns and therefore you did not provide the service that I was asking for. I'm like, yeah, but I just explained to you, if we're going to also create new campaigns right now with the whole process that we are doing, we are not going to be able to quickly in the next 30 days prove you and show you that this is actually possible. Also for our end was, hey, can we actually make it work? Because it's not anymore an ad spend, inefficient spend issue, but would become of which are the right keywords to target moving forward, so we are not going to lose market share. And yes, this is why I'm asking, knowing how do you define success for the next 30, 60, 90 days and knowing them, how they would define that success, it's going to tremendously help in setting the clear expectations.